Uganda has undergone 2 lockdowns since the first case of COVID-19 was registered in March 2020. The lockdowns and other related restrictions have adversely affected the economic activity over the last 19 months. Despite the slowdown, Ramadhan Gobi, the Secretary to Treasury, says the economy is recovering at 3.4% growth. However, this is still below the pre-pandemic projected growth rate of 6%. Gobi was speaking during the release of the Q2 expenditures, in which a total of 5.811 trillion shillings has been released. The budget has been prioritized according to sectors. Health institutions and social protection is taking 294.69 billion shillings, which will cater for essential medicines like vaccines, Ministry of Health, and referral hospitals, among others. Agriculture and industry will get 184.75 billion shillings to fund MAIF, Ministry of Trade, NADS, NARO, and NAGRIC, among others. Government revenue collections will take 437.10 billion shillings. These include Ministry of Finance, URA, and National Citizenship and Immigration Control. Judiciary, Legislature, EC, Missions Abroad will receive 256.8 billion shillings. UNRA under infrastructure, 303 billion shillings. Gobi has warned accounting officers against delays in paying salaries and wages for civil servants.
No accounting officer should cite an excuse of not paying people on the 28th of every month. Number 2, accounting officers must prioritize payment of service providers on time.
Civil society representatives noted some inefficiencies, especially at the local government level.
I think one other thing that we realized is a disengaged technical staff. The language being used is want to punish the accounting officers for failure to do this, failure to do this. In terms of management, of human resource management, when people are under pressure to be punished, their morale and motivation goes down.
So now that we are in a partnership, we are going to give ourselves tasks. Civil society work on the issue of reward. I'm going to work on the area of sanctions.
Gobi noted 2 kinds of corruption that continue to hamper the delivery of services by the government.
The corruption of need is caused by also poor welfare, the corruption of greed. Those who have been empowered fully by the government, but still they decide to steal the resources given to them.
The Ministry of Finance also gave an update on the operationalization of the parish model.
All of those accounting officers and the people responsible should know that this ministry will not release funds for the parish development model until those prior actions are done. Recruitment of parish chiefs is one of them.
The Ministry of Finance says they have already finalized in designing the program that is targeting the small and medium-scale enterprises that were affected by COVID-19 pandemic. And so far they have earmarked about 100 billion shillings, and the banks are supposed to be also coming up with 100 billion shillings to add to 200 billion, which they are supposed to be doling out to the affected businesses. But one of the issues that had been earlier raised by the Private Sector Foundation of Uganda was the fact that there was a delay in ensuring that this happens because most of the affected businesses were not registered and others didn't have an address which banks would base on before they lend them in order for them to recover the money. And some experts were even suggesting that this money be channeled to microfinance institutions where a common person can easily access it. Sudhir Yaruhanga, NTV.